Go.
Hey guys, welcome to beautiful Ag Tech. I'm in Tyler. I just came to you right now just to tell you that I came here simply because Jesus loves me. And as I was thinking about that today, in response to his love, I remember how clearly the purpose is for us as an organization here at Youth of the Mission to share the gospel. There's nothing more important about that, because Romans 1:16 says, for I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God on demand for salvation. So there's nothing more important about it. That is the power of God. And as I was thinking, I was just wondering why I do so much in my own mind and why the church does so much in their own mind, and they think it's actually for God when it's really their own agenda. And today I was reading about the fear of the Lord in Psalm 128. How blessed is the man that fears the Lord. And it goes on, it's a less than 30-second read. You should read that. But as I was reading that, I want to ask us as a church body, what are we doing? Do we fear God, or do we want our agenda? Do we fear God, or do we follow guidelines? You see, that's what the Pharisees did. They added rules to things so they could run a business. But we, as a body here at YWAM, we as the church as a whole, just have one thing to do. That's to share Jesus. And how do we do that? We preach the gospel, go into the world and preach the gospel. So I'm inviting you, because I was really convicted when I read it in Matthew 13:24 about the separation between the tares and the wheat, where the Lord was saying, this is the kingdom of heaven, and all these things are going to come together. But at the end of the day, Jesus himself will separate the tares from the wheat, and he will burn the tares. When I get to the judgment seat, I'll have a lot of things I did for myself, and they will burn up. So I'm inviting you to something very, very hopeful right now. Take it to Jesus right now. Say, I will fear you above all else. And I come to you because I love you, and it's because I love you that I'll trust you. Because if the Bible says that there's no fear in love, because perfect love casts out all fear. So if you're a church member, you know this, take it upon yourself to rest in him and to trust him above all else. Because there's no one that can be trusted more than Christ himself. He loves you. And I was just thinking too, like, what would I do with my life if I sat down with Jesus and I tell him I'm a missionary, and I tell him I did all these nice things for people on the street, for people that are suffering from drug addiction, and I didn't share him? He is the most beautiful thing I could ever share. And I look at Paul, how he had all these things, right? He did. He was very wealthy. And then he said, but these things I count as loss for the sake of Jesus. There is hope in him today. Let him lead our path, church. That's the secret to revival. It's getting back to him, his word, his guideline. That is the word. And so I just ask you to pray with me today. And if you even messed up last night on drugs or whatever, man, I'm telling you, you can come to him now. He's worth it. I found him in an empty jail cell. You can find him right where you're at now. So keep your head up, heart in God's hands at all times. And I highly encourage you to check out 1 John chapter 4. It's less than 5 minutes to read. I love you, man. You did it for me, I do it for you. God bless.